Microphone check 1 2 1 2. Hope everyone is doing well out here. It's your host, Crypto Wonder. Another chance we have to do great things. An opportunity to open our eyes, an opportunity to experience life. So we're going to talk about DeFi. We're going to talk about relevance. We're going to talk about things of that nature. What do I mean by that? So, as a gentleman I've been following for a very long time in crypto, he's been in crypto since 2015. And I've seen him go through all kinds of ups and downs, right? I've even, I've been somewhat like not a fan of the things he talks about, but for the most part, I'm not really interested in what he talks about. But I've just been a fan that he stuck around for 8 years. 8 years? 9 years. You know, he's one of the early, early original believers in Hex, for sure. But the community kind of like don't really deal with him. They don't really like him like that. But he has his own thing going on, and that's just been his personality. He just has a big following, things of that nature. Very popular guy. And I saw he did something recently that asked that allowed me to just say to myself, why? I don't know. Ask questions. It's just why do we do what we do, right? Human beings are complicated, mysterious, all the above. So I say to myself, what's this about? Pulse Chain has created an opportunity where it's very lucrative for grifters. I'm not calling this person a grifter, but people have come and have scammed and continuously do this, right? Very easy to launch a coin, create a coin. You don't even have to code. Go somewhere on the site what gopulse.com, create a coin, and you off to the races. Add a little pair liquidity, pair it up with you know the pulse token. You got a little following, and you tell people in your social media this is what's going on that you launch. Yo, you got something to work with. You just created your own pump and dump, right? Many people have done that already. Many people will continue to do that. It's weird to me how you've been in the game already 9 years. 9 years, and this is the latest in anything crypto related that you could offer the world. Now, don't get me wrong, right? In the same thread, you have this other person who's in the community who say, "Why you worried about what another man is doing with their money, or what another man is doing? Why are you worried about?" It's false equivalence such as that shows me that people just really don't understand how important it is to really think critically and logically. They just don't understand that. It's not about whining or crying about what another man is doing. Because if that was the case, we're going to use that statement. Why would you worry about what Richard Hart is doing or not doing? Why would you worry about listening to a man 5, 6 years ago who was talking about Bitcoin, who was then talking about how Ethereum is better than Bitcoin and how he was working on a token before Bitcoin Hex, some thorough dynamic, fluid dynamic, blah, blah, blah. Why would you care about how he dropped the name from Bitcoin to just simply Hex? Why would you even take a chance and risk listening to hours of streams? Why would you decide to jump into the AA lobby using your ETH so you could obtain? Why would you care? You see the false equivalence that men who have childish levels of thinking exhibit, because this is all about money. This is all about money. It's not about whining and complaining about what people are doing with their money or with what they're doing on the internet. It's about understanding that this is the internet. And what everyone does is tell them what you use the internet to share what you're doing with the world. This is what everyone does. Whether you want to offer your opinion, whether you want to say that you're sort of like very private, the fact that you're engaging on the net, you're showing someone something about yourself. You might have liked something, you might have left a comment somewhere. You're showing something. So you're concerned. People, you have folks who behave here like caricatures, like Muppets, who can barely think for themselves, and they have people who follow them so they feel like they have a say. You have another person 9 years in the game, 9 years, and the latest contribution and efforts you can offer the crypto. That's 9 years of you building a following, you building a reputation. 9 years of work, going through ups and downs, 9 years of experience, 9 years of knowledge, 9 years of everything related to where you are today. And the most recent effort you can contribute is launching a meme coin. You could say Bitcoin and everything else are memes, but this is an absolute complete meme. Like all around, no utility whatsoever. Zero, except just look at it and pray that if you bought into it, many people buy behind you, pump the price up so that you can decide to sell at a whatever amount of profit if you can profit off of it. That's what folks are doing. This is what this gentleman has done. And it just leads me to question. I say to myself, a tiger can't change its stripes. Because years ago, I've also been very vocal and direct with this person and said, why do you do this? Do you not understand that when you have a social media account, that when you have a following, a big following, people are going to do what it is that you say you're doing, whether you tell them to do it or not, whether you tell them not financial advice, whether you tell them, do your own research. Folks are going to do whatever it is that you say you're doing for whatever reason. So where in your brain can you not understand that? Can you not understand the importance of exercising responsibility and accountability? You know why I say that too? The majority of the projects this person got involved with, 8 out of 10 were trash in 9 years, yo. 8 out of 10. I've only been in crypto 7 years. He was in 2 years before me. The majority, because whatever he was dealing with in 2015 and 16 don't matter now. Trash. Everything up to this point, outside of Hex, questionable. Outside of Hex, Pulse Chain, Pulse X, everything else, questionable. And I call myself trying to support. So all you fake RH antagonizers or RH Maxi haters want to attack Maxis and to say, oh, you just Maxi. No, I was very supportive of other communities and a bunch of other tokens synonymous with our holding RH token, 100%, including this guy. And all the projects all the self vanity projects that he launched from 2018, 19, 20, 21 is when I stopped, because I was like, I've had enough. Had enough. 22, see that he hasn't changed. 23, see that he hasn't changed. And 24, he definitely hasn't changed. Again, a tiger doesn't change its stripes. And this person has been consistent and being questionable the whole time, so I have to give him credit. 9 years, yo, your stance is always on some, you're suspect to me. I have to give him credit for that. You can't keep still with crypto. He can't keep still. Always has to chase something new. This is what he said. So you look, man. If someone tells you who they are, they telling you who they are, and they're showing you to substantiate what they're saying, believe them. Believe them. 100%. Dr. D. Raj, what's going on? Good evening. Good day to you. DJ, the 504 Grinder. Thank you. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. DJ Bomber. What's happening? Salute to you. What's happening? So, this is the situation. The person's telling you who they are. Been doing a lot of weird, questionable, even grimy things in crypto. And will just say, well, this is what he's doing. This is what he likes to do, such and such and such and such. But if you have a following and people really appeal to what you say and they presumably like you, they're going to do the same thing. And then whatever you're getting into, they don't yield the same results that you yielded. You understand? If you are successful in crypto, right, or whatever project you're getting into, and you tell the people, I'm getting into this project, this is what I'm doing, and this is what I'm doing exactly to the T. Someone else should go behind you, essentially, in your mind, right? Logically, you would think, if you do the same thing, you should yield the same results that this promoter is doing, because this guy's promoting now. You're shilling, right? This guy's a shiller now. This content YouTuber, this is what he's doing, promoting to the audience what he's doing. You should yield the same results. How about when you don't yield the same results? What are you then to think? What are you left to think? This was my stance against this guy back in 2019. He's still showing the true colors even today. The same thing, doing the same thing. Folks don't hold themselves accountable. That's an incredibly selfish act to me. It's very selfish. It's not selfless because all the person is thinking about is themselves, ingratiating their own desires, satisfying their own desires at the expense of viewers who are unsuspecting. And then you hold your hands up and absolve yourself by saying things like, you should have put more money than you could afford to lose. I didn't force you to get into any crypto, not financial advice. Do your own research. This is how folks throw their hands up to try to absolve themselves from getting sued or getting into any type of problems. So I saw this person do this again, and then you jump on social media. You know, mental health is real out here, folks. When I'm looking at this, I'm looking at the post, like you're posting that you launched your vanity token. And I'm looking at it like, wow, you just pushed out some nonsense. Again, you just pushed out trash, like consciously pushed out garbage. Is one thing if you're ignorant. A person who knows does not die the same like a person who doesn't know. Okay? It's one thing if you're absolutely oblivious and you just stumble on this and you don't know what you're doing and you taking a risk, you launching stuff, blah, blah, blah. And using words like these folks want to make you believe that it is experiment. They want to, pretend experiment with your money like you're in a lab dissecting frogs. But when you've been around the block more than many. You've been around the block more than many. You've built a following. Your name's been dragged through the crypto mud. You've been a crypto meme, literally. You've been one of the memes of memes. Like in such a notoriety that there are people who are constantly envious of how popular you've become because of your history in this crypto thing. Bad history, not just good. Bad history. And for the fact that projects have scammed, folks blame you, even though it wasn't your fault that the project scammed because you didn't create the project. You were just a victim, just like everybody else. But because you were the figurehead of many figureheads, spokespeople, promoting, shilling, they tie you to these things. And you have a stain in your reputation that as long as you're in crypto, you'll always have next to your name. Instead of doing good work from that point on to now, like trying to do as best as you can. Best as you can. I guess it's like recovery, right? People, places, and things. When you're around certain people, be careful, the risk is there. When you're around certain places, be careful, the risk is there. When you're around certain things, be careful, the risk is there. Instead of trying their best to continuously try to just, come on, man. Famous in the crypto space. The type of fame you can't buy. I'm talking about famous for the wrong reasons. That wasn't necessarily your fault. But you had some responsibility. You had some accountability. Certain lessons you still haven't learned to this day. Because you're behaving in ways that's still irresponsible, launching vanity contract, vanity token, meme trash, copying how many other innumerable amount of people have already done already. So you're doing this all late. You're not even doing it 2-3 months after Pulse Chain launch. You're doing it super late in the game. And you think you're doing something? And then we'll challenge Richard and say, Richard, how about you do the same? My thing went up how many 100%, how many thousands and hundreds of thousand% in one day. And then say, oh, Richard, can you beat this? This is what I mean about relevance. This is what I mean, folks. So many people in this space, yo. So many people in this space want to feel like they're included, want to feel like they're recognized. They want to feel like they're important. They want to remain in conversation for whatever reason. They want to remain relevant. And they do a very poor job at remaining relevant. So they'll do whatever it takes at some point. It goes beyond trying to even do things that just might seem, rational. They'll do things that go out of, sort of like out of bounds, right? They'll go to whatever lengths they can to scream and yell and get some type of attention, because at some point they get to a point where they feel like any attention, even if it's bad, is good attention, is attention, as long as the spotlight is on them, because they are not relevant enough compared to those who are. And that's bothersome for the many who try to fight and punch up, but realize their punches fall so short. They fall very short. Imagine like this person who been around 9 years. You knew about Hex. You streamed with RH. Like, you've been around. This is what you've done. This is what you've done. Like, you got history. You know better. This and that. And then today, or not up to date now. You just the latest contribution you can offer crypto space and DeFi, whatever. Out of all the other contributions you created, because you created projects upon projects upon projects upon projects that nobody cares about. That really cannot generate interest from the people, right? That are irrelevant. All these projects you've created that had your name attached to it, that you launched yourself, that you were the project founder of, all these things, zero relevance. Why do you think that is? But what you do is you keep trying to do the same thing. I don't know if you're expecting a different result, because that's the definition of insanity, right? That's what you find here. Absolute lunacy in crypto. We're all like risk takers anyway, I'm not even going to talk about that right now. This is what you find here, right? Talk about losing your way. But I can't even say that, because if you were operating from a premise of instability and you're still doing that, at least you're consistent. You're consistent. You're consistently unstable. Hey, because that's better than being some of these people that come already that have been wishy-washy from I don't know how, flip-flop left and right. But in the 9 years you've been rocking and rolling, there's no project that you've produced that people care about to talk about to this day. This is why you have to continuously drop something new and something new and something new and something new, because you have not mastered or figured out how to create anything that has product market fit. You have not figured it out. But then when someone did figure out and you've been a part of it, you don't know how to continuously sort of like challenge yourself to be original by also creating something that has product market fit a year later, 2 years later, 3 years later, 4 years later, 5 years later, with the same interest and fervor as if it was launched the first day. People are talking about Hex today, still, amidst all the thousands of other tokens that have launched after Hex. People are still talking about Hex today, whether they like it, whether they don't like it, whether they hate the founder, whether they love the founder, everything in between. Because of why? Because of product market fit. Period. Period. Yes, there's a blockchain now. Yes, there's a DEX now. Yes, there's a incentive token now, right? But you can never fade the fact that Hex, if it wasn't for Hex, these things wouldn't be what it is. And Hex is still in the topic of conversation where at whatever point, every single day. So instead of learning and appreciating, instead of learning from someone who knows, instead of respecting the knowledge that's been given to the world for free from someone who collected the information, experienced it for himself, and had the presence of mind to teach it for free, instead of respecting it and applying it properly for your betterment, for the betterment of you and your life. You want to continue this path of pure selfish degeneracy. You play stupid games, you get stupid prizes. Flat out. And the craziest part about it is they could do whatever they want. This is the truth. Everybody could do whatever they want. But I'm never going to pretend as if you have no responsibility as a person who speaks on a platform that you rent, that you don't necessarily own. These YouTube, right? These platforms, social media platforms. When you're speaking and you have a following, that comes a certain level of accountability is attached with that, and responsibility. I'm not gonna pretend like those things are absent, because I'm doing the same thing. As far as have my own channel that I rent, I partner with, right? Because I don't own. They could cut my voice anytime they feel like it. But when I'm speaking, I try to exercise some level of common sense and be conscious and aware of what I'm saying. Because you don't know who's listening. You don't know who's watching. And these things are created in a certain way by design for you to give every type of information about yourself, free information about your private life, so someone else can read, can listen to, right? And feel whatever they feel from listening to your message and maybe act upon it. Because you're not even privately, you're publicly sharing things that you're doing that really should be anonymous and private. This is another thing that RH teaches. Why does he celebrate anonymity and privacy? Like certain things folks just do not understand. They don't want to pick up what the man is putting down. They're just waiting for him to do things like pumped the market, even though they can't prove that he's pumped the market. Nonsense like that. That's why you see things like a person create a vanity token. It's not called vanity token, by the way. I'm not gonna say the name. That's why I'm not even saying the person's name. They could create this token and then challenge Richard and say, can you do better? Based on the 24-hour performance of the pump of this hype trash. All for relevance, all for the attention, all for the recognition. Is your life, are you that unhappy, right? If you're, this is the thing. There's another person, just like a few in the community, who've attested that they've become very well off from crypto, especially with Hex. From Hex, become well off. Like, don't have to work anymore. Retired. Doing, whatever they do. They seem like they're bored to death and don't know what else to do. You haven't done anything to stimulate your mind, stimulate your brain, explore, experience life, do something productive. All you're doing is remaining just sort of like in a position where it's just, instead of growing, you're imploding. Because how are you evolving? 9 years being in crypto, if you self-employed, not even self-employed, if you self-made, financially free, I mean, the world becomes your oyster in a sense, because you don't have to deal with monetary problems anymore. You're free to do so many different things. But what is it that you're doing? You're launching trash after trash after trash for absolutely no reason, just to say that you're doing something because you like new things. This is what you said. You like new things. Maybe liking new things might be good for you, but might not be good for everyone else who's listening to you. And maybe liking new things also might not be good for you as well, because after 9 years, if you're settled and you're financially free, your spirit should exemplify that. Your spirit should reflect that. And we could look at your countenance. We could see the flat affect that you give off, and it shows otherwise. It shows different. The light is dim, and the light should be ever so bright and shining, because you are an example. You should be an example of what, someone of what crypto has produced, or how you utilize crypto to produce opportunity for you to be free. You should be shining where folks could look at you and say, I want to do the same thing this person did successfully and win. Not question 9 years later, like, what is this guy on? What type of time is this person on? I can't follow this, because my life can't be unstable and rocky like this person is. 1 minute he's doing this, the next minute is something else. And they show you who they are, believe them. And all of this is about being relevant, because people launch what they launch, and they don't know how to keep the attention of the people keep coming back to buy their tokens, to buy their coins, to buy whatever it is that they're selling you. They don't know how to keep the attention of the people. That's why they add new things on top of new things on top of new things on top of new things in a relatively short period of time, because they haven't figured it out. And when someone did figure it out, they shun them, they disrespect him, they isolate him, insult him, berate him, disparage everything he's done. Meanwhile, he figured it out. And he's looking at everybody laughing. Can't even be bothered. Not even looking at everybody laughing. He just can't be bothered, because this is low level type, right, energy and vibrations that these people over here who are scrambling at the bottom of the barrel, launching contracts left and right, trying to get some kind of attention from who nobody knows, jumping from one blockchain to another blockchain, trying to get somebody's attention from who nobody knows, because it ain't RH. He ain't looking at y'all favorably, because if he would, he'd say something already. He don't care. You know what I'm saying? So y'all keep doing what you do at your level. Keep punching up and going nowhere. When all you could, and then there's a segment of people that's watching and then shaking their head, like myself. All I'm doing is shaking their head because you provide some type of sordid type of entertainment for me. I grab my little popcorn, and when I don't feel like eating popcorn, I might, give me a little salad, right? When I don't feel like eating the salad, something else. You know what I'm saying? Bowl of fruit, some strawberries, some cherries, blueberries, and something like that. You know what I mean? And be fully entertained by the foolishness that y'all present. That's all y'all doing. Y'all keep me fully entertained with the nonsense, y'all. Don't get me wrong. It's true. You guys keep me fully entertained. And bless your hearts for that. 100%. 100%. Exactly. That's that. There you go. If so many fit the description, it is what it is. Okay. If so many fit the description, I don't need to say any more. At all. You know? Thoughts, what's going on? How are you? Thoughts said finally, Sue. They all call you crazy. Look, it's not you. I'm not speaking about you. Just so you know. Of course. I'm sure you know that. You know. See, Doc. See, Doc. This is why we need to hear some of your auditory renditions to uplift. See, this is why we need some of your songs, your singing. We need for you to uplift. You see, look at how you put 1 and 1 to equal 2. Right? You see. Salute to Doc. Salute to Doc. What's going on? Cookie de chocolato. Chocolata. What's happening? What's going on, Al Merlos? Salute, salute. He says new here. Greetings to everybody. Crypto on the podcast. Oh, you're new. You landed at a good place. Salute to you. You're new. Good to see that you're new. Be careful out here, okay? But you landed at a good place. And whoever I shout out, always know I do that for a reason, because I don't shout everybody out. You know? I don't shout at everybody out in the sense where if I speak kindly of people and give reference, points folks in certain directions, it's for a good reason, because there's value there. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna tell you something fake, because I haven't done it in 7 years. I'm not gonna start now. So hope you seriously do your own research. Verify. Don't trust. Just do your own research. It could be fun, but it takes a lot of hard work to get to the point where you could just see things and take what you like and dismiss what you don't like. Right? Could be fun. Glad you here, Cookie de Chocolata. But just know, the DeFi streets It's the wild, wild west. It's the wild, wild west. You know, tin top in the building. Yeah, these people, man. That's the thing with crypto. Folks lose the attention very quick. Folks have the attention span of a mosquito, of a meerkat, some type of wombat. Okay, they once the hype phase goes, it's done. But you can't say that necessarily for Hex. People still talk about Hex to this day. 4.3 years later. That is an achievement. That is something special in my book, because how many coins have launched since Hex launched that nobody talks about anymore? Not to the level of Hex. Not to the level of Hex. Not to the level of Hex. Period. And I'm saying that in a sense of level, I mean the frequency every single day. Right? Over 1,200 days, just however long Hex has been operating. Every day. Every day. What other coin after Hex can say the same? What other coin after Hex can say that there's such a group of people, polarized, vibrant, like real believers? Whether you agree, irrespective of the debates, E Hex versus P Hex, this and that, blah blah blah, very polarized. What derivatives are people talking about with the same excitement, with the same due diligence, with the same seriousness, with the same interest, like they're doing with Hex every day? For the same length of time. But you know what? Those derivatives haven't been out here barely, maybe 2 years. 2 years. Two. One of the derivatives already made 2 years. The rest are approaching 2 years. And they're not being talked about as much as they were talked about 2 years ago. Why is that? And you're talking about coins that seemingly, fairly enough, would seem like, they should be taken relatively seriously. Relatively seriously. Okay? Now, they weren't memes, right? These are tokens that's supposed to have supported Hex, right? Where's the relevance? Where's the excitement? Where's the interest? There are communities, there are sub-communities, yeah, but where's the streams? Where are the blogs? Where are the videos? Where are the Twitter spaces? Where's the marketing? Where's the talk? Where's the talk? Just on a Telegram? That's it? Can you say that about Hex? It ain't hard to tell. I excel. They prevail. I mean, come on, man. %100. Without Hex, the derivatives are useless 100%. 100%. And that's the thing that makes me think too. Like, y'all knew, you guys that created these derivatives, you understand things, are much more knowledgeable than I am in coding and doing these things. You understand the relationship that your tokens have to Hex. And if Hex does well, those tokens will do well. But if Hex doesn't do well, those tokens are useless. But the challenge lies in creating something original that has absolute pure product market fit. Does that even exist? Hex. Hey, 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 hey. Right? And Hex was an ERC20 that now has its own blockchain, the fork of Ethereum. But creating something original with product market fit, similar to what Hex has done, but I'm not talking about as far as similar in operations, as far as being a savings account type of situation. I'm talking about something else that's original, even though nothing is original under the sun. All of these things we're dealing with are copies of something else, but creating something as close to original as possible that solves a fundamental problem that could be identified and addressed with your token, with your coin, with something, and that people will be continuously interested in buying today, tomorrow, and for years to come. That's where the majority of people in crypto fall short. That's where the majority of these builders and developers fall short. That's where they fall short, and they don't understand this. They don't understand this well enough. You have another developer that launched a contract in October, and not even a month or two passed, and he's telling the community people need to build on top of that contract. You didn't even let 6 months go by. You didn't even let 6 months breathe. You didn't let your contract even breathe. You 2 months later, you want people to build on top of this contract. This is the style of, and what people are doing now, have been doing for the better part of a year, 2 years, 3 years. Like, again, even with the derivatives, one derivative token drop. By the time one derivative drop, 10 months later, you at least have another coin, and another coin to go with the first derivative, and then the other group had like maybe 6, 7 coins to go with the first original derivative. Come on. You didn't even let anything breathe, and I get it, because things are created to work a certain way, and they're time sensitive. I get it. But you see, you're not even allowing certain things to really establish itself. And before you know it, people get bored. They get disinterested. They get bored very quickly and don't want to care about anything you're talking about anymore. Even the streamers that used to talk about those derivatives stop doing it. Why is that? The interest is gone. Will it change in the bull market? Maybe. But the interest has not been gone for Hex. Even if you're interested in disrespecting Hex, you're interested in insulting Hex. Hex got you interested. Hex got you talking about it. Even during the bear. Every day. People forgot about your other tokens. All these people that act like they know what they're doing and they got this, they got that going on and this and that. People forget quick. That says everything. That says all I need to say about relevance. That's it. That's it. So think about, let me know what y'all think. You know, let me know what y'all think. That says, be Kiwi cut. Oh man. Yo, that's what's wrong with you, man. What's wrong with you, man? Alvin, what's up? Oh man. Alan, what's up, man? Salute to you. Salute. Man. Yo, safe travels, man. Safe travels. Al Merlo says, what's up to Alan? Cookie de Chocolata said, good to see you, Alan. The doctor salutes Alan. So the stats. Al Merlo says his local bank just hit 2 billion in assets. Joke. Hex did 30 billion in less than 2 years. Talk about it. DeFi is the best and necessary. Banksters are, yeah, 100%. 100%. 100%. And this is what I'm saying. Like, this is what we going against. This is what we going against. They said that we're at its low. When Hex reached its all-time low compared to all-time high, when it was at its low, the market cap for Hex, they said, was about 4 million at the all-time low. 10,000x later. For those who like to celebrate and talk about market cap, Hex was at 40 billion. It's only 8, right? Yeah, 40 billion. These contracts here, these memes situations here, these meme situations here, to me, is just opportunity to be lucrative in getting money grabs. That's it. Lucrative money grabs. Again, if you can stand the test of time, because time will reveal everything, if you still around, you're a meme community, you're a meme coin, you're doing all this stuff, and you're around 2024, the end of this year, into next year, and the year after that, meaning 26, 27, then, oh, okay. If you could pull a Sheba and be around, you came out December 2020 or January 21, and it's 24, and you still got a situation going on, Sheba. Oh, these meme coins, if they could last, then that'll be good for their community, because they created something that people are interested to buy consistently over a period of time. Okay, you figured it out too then. But right now, I can't risk that for me. Like me, myself, no, I know better. Like I'm not taking that chance. That's me. And maybe whether it's a mistake or not, something I'm good. I could deal with. I could deal with that because I know what I decide to use as far as the RH coins. Man, I feel good. I sleep good. I feel good. I'm happy all around. Outside of crypto, in general, I'm happy. With crypto, I'm happy too. I'm not stressed out, wondering, oh man, let me chase this vanity contract that this person launched, and wondering, hoping that this person doesn't dump on my head, and I let me drop $20 on it. Come on. You're gambling. You're gambling. You see? Unreal. Unreal, folks. Unreal. Incredible. Incredible how people are and what they do. Very interesting. Very astounding. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Yeah. Likewise. Likewise, EJ Brahma. They went back 100 years to get to. Oh, wow. Wow. Right. And like, yeah, it took 2 years for Hex to see 40 billion, actually, man. You said 30, 40. That's still billions and tens of billions. That's crazy. Crazy. And people count Hex out. They're counting Richard Hart out. They're counting that. Hey, man, you could listen. Again, I'm not dependent on Richard to do anything. Cause how many times he gonna say he don't work for you? And you know he's frugal as all heck. I believe it. I believe it. He don't. He does what he does. And people get upset. And people get upset and they allow their emotions to cloud their judgment and dictate how they should what they should do. And you know, folks get shaken out. That's on them. But I made the mistake of betting against Richard. I'm not making that mistake again at all. I'm not doing that. Mm-mm. 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 And until someone else, you see, because like I bring this up too, and it's true. Like these people, these grifters, and I call them grifters because they still can't get it together. I don't care about a fair launch. This is fair launch thing that you know. The guy that he was on the panel, the Google, the 21st brick in the Furu Google building, that guy presented as if he was all knowledgeable about crypto or first principles, fair launch, and doing all kinds of stuff. How many things he launched since 2022, since the summer of 22? I want to say maybe August of 22. How many things he launched? How many things that guy launched that Richard praised? Richard supported this guy. In the stream, Richard asked the guy to brag. He said, why don't you brag about your accomplishments and achievements that you've done in your life? Richard now is asking someone else to brag, giving that guy so much respect. What did that guy do? Was completely condescending. Richard asked him, do I look like a scammer? The guy said, yes, you look like a scammer. What has this guy done for crypto? What has he introduced? What has he done to improve crypto for all parties involved? What has he done? What has he shown you? What has he produced? That's of anything relevant, where thousands of people saw life-changing gains within less than 2 years. Like Hex, has he done anything comparable, as successful, where thousands of people were able to see millions of dollars worth of crypto, paper gains, or millions of dollars worth of crypto on chain, like Hex, in 22 months? Until someone else can rub shoulders with the likes of these crypto founders, these mega brain, these dignitaries in a way, right? Because everyone can't be at the top in a sense where you know, Respect your position, appreciate what you do, and contribute to the betterment of life the best way you know how, as you can naturally perform. And that's that. And leave it at that. Because a lot of you guys are missing the mark. They're missing the mark. They're missing the mark. You rubbing shoulders with the likes of, Vitalik, Charles Hoskinson, these blockchain creators and founders. Founders. That's what Rich is doing. You saw what Vitalik did not too long ago. Create a list of the people who still relevant in crypto. He didn't mention any lowly builder in Pulse Chain. And I say lowly builder because some people in Pulse Chain, the builders think they're greater than Richard. How? 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 How, Sway? They think they know more than Richard. You see the grandiosity, self-aggrandizement, right? Mm-mm-mm. Trying to be so relevant. Meanwhile, they push themselves into obscurity because you have a track record now that you're building a bunch of projects that are falling into obscurity. So it doesn't matter what you're showing folks. Those who know. It doesn't matter what new things that you're showing to the world because what you built up to this point doesn't even matter. Not only does it not matter because folks are not talking about it, you seem like you're not even giving it any energy. You're not even taking care of your baby in a sense. That's crazy. You're neglecting your own project that you launched because it's falling short because of whatever reasons. No, you work twice as hard, you work 3 times as hard, but so a lot of these young people think they got it figured out. They think they got it figured out, man. Time will tell, folks. Time will tell. Time will tell. Yeah. The CD market globally is 6-7 trillion. 100%. Only a matter of time. Only a matter. This is the thing. This is the thing. This is find yeah. This is what I'm saying, man. Solves a problem. It just addresses an issue. Talking like, come on, something akin to legacy. Even though this is all crypto, the guy did something. Why can't other people also introduce something? You got all these brilliant minds out here. You got all these brilliant minds out here. Instead of copying and wanting somebody to kiss your ass, why don't you do something real, original as it can be, that could solve problems where people be interested in buying not only today but for years to come? Figure that out. Figure that out. It's doable and it's possible. If Richard did it, you could do something too. It doesn't mean 1,000 a million people should be doing the same thing within the same ecosystem. This is the problem too. You got folks over here. Yo, you understand this is RH's ecosystem, Pulse Chain, all this stuff he got going on. So you're gonna try to come into his house. You're gonna try to come into his decentralized house. and and take over. Yeah, you're gonna try to come into the man's house and take over and think it's okay. And then when he defecates on everybody, they get upset. They get upset. They don't even respect the fact that this man, wields a certain level of authority and power. where he can affect changes just by sending tweets out. Nobody in the community could do that other than him. Nobody else. Yo, these folks here are ridiculous, man. Yo, man, that's it, man. That's it. That's it. That's it, man. That's it, man. Disciple. But that's the thing. They can't do it. They mad, corny, and unoriginal. Exactly. Exactly. Accept it. Accept your corny limitations. I accept mine. I accept my weird, corny, old, out of place, limited, because nobody cares. I don't care about how you think about it. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. I don't care. It means nothing. I love myself to the maximum. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is, man. Regardless. Regardless. You know? That's just how I take it. You know? But these people here, man, you build in one contract, you think you solved, you know, the most complex problem, mathematical problem known to man. Like this. Huh? Huh? What? This is crazy. You gonna come into this man's house and kick the dog, slap the cat, and if he has a fine specimen of a partner there, woman slap the cheeks and think it's good, think it's okay. You think you just really gonna get away with that? This is what we doing? That's not happening, bro. That's not happening, bro. That's not happening, bro. Hey, all this crazy liquidity going on. Who got the coins paired up that got the biggest liquidity? That got the heaviest liquidity. Oh, right. Which coins got the heaviest liquidity? What we doing? Right. 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 Uh-huh. Uh-huh. And so you gonna launch a vanity token. You're gonna launch a vanity token and create a pair with like $5. And the thing is, liquidity is whatever it is now. That's all what $5,000-$6,000, and then you challenging King Dingaling. You're challenging. Oh, can you do better? No, crackhead. He doesn't want it. He's not even thinking about you, right? Go smoke K2. Like, what are you talking about, man? Like, what are these people are stupid, man? Think they got something going on because they did a little thing with a little thing and the thing pumps. And that's just been the grift. That's the move. That's just been the play. That's just been the play. These people want to satisfy their greedy, selfish cravings off of your unsuspecting back. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. No, you're gonna enter the kingdom of Pulse Chain. It's the kingdom of Pulse Chain. Uh-huh. So there's somebody around, there's an entity around that yeah, it ain't you. Yo, you're not the guy. None of y'all are the guy. None of y'all. None of y'all. None of y'all. And none of y'all are the guy. You know? He's dealing with legal affairs. Uh huh. Legal affairs. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Any founder or builder or developer dealing with legal affairs? No. Outside of who really is, who has 11 high-powered attorneys on deck, minimum, right? And you coming into you coming in, right? You coming in, yeah, you're gonna dominate. You trying to dominate, what you dominating? You better dominate your own life. Don't come in anybody else's situation trying to dominate anything. Yo, these people don't understand. They don't respect history. They don't respect history. They don't respect what the man doesn't say. That he's just telling you, like you just can't put two and two together, right? You're gonna miss out. You're missing out. You're missing the mark. Okay? You are missing the mark. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. You want to listen to folks who can't present concise arguments. They don't know how to debate well. They don't know how to present anything insightful, right? They can't think critically. No logic. And if there is logic, 60% of what they talk about is complete illogical. So you're dealing with 40% lucidity from some of your favorites, especially the one who wants to complain, who wants to talk about defending the person who launched the vanity contract and defend the person who launched the vanity contract by saying, why are you worried about what another man is doing? That person is a Fraggle Rock, is a Muppet, is a person who is absolutely empty inside. They have no soul. They're soulless. They're empty. They're void of a conscience. But what they want to do is tug on your emotional heartstrings to feel sorry for them. Right? Because they feel like they've become somewhat of a voice. When, for those who know how to critically think and who are smart people and intelligent, we know nonsense when we hear it. We know it. Because it's not, again, I'm going to repeat this before I go. It's not about why are we complaining about what another person is doing. Why is this? Why are you complaining about what another man is doing? Oh, okay. No, it's a false equivalence when you bring that up. Because again, we're going to use that same ideology. And why don't you apply that when are you worried about why are you worried about what Richard is doing or not doing? You're the first one to talk about, oh, Richard pumping bags. Why are you worried about what another man is doing? You see how that fits for you too? You can't even prove that he's pumping the bags. But this is what you will emphatically say. This is why I say there's an aspect of the argument that is completely illogical and void of any substance to really strengthen the claim. They have no proof of their stance. But these are the same people that tell you Richard pumps the market. These are the same people that have gotten rich off Hex will tell you that Richard has pumped the market. Damaging. Saying things that are damaging. Can't prove it because they're reckless and immature. Miscreants. They remind me of individuals who dropped out of school in the 8th grade. They didn't only physically drop out, They dropped out mentally. These are people where their vocabulary is stunted, right? They're cognitively, mentally stunted. And I'm not disrespecting anyone who has any type of developmental delay. I'm talking about those who are intellectually lazy because you're not working your mind, you're not working your body, you're not doing anything productive in society. But what you'll say is, you put food on the table for your family. Although that is noble, that is great, but that's something you should be doing as a man. This is what men do. We don't do it for adoration and accolades. But this is, again, a weak individual who tugs on the emotional heartstrings of the unsuspecting, naive, weak, compassionate individuals out here. Okay? This is what happens here. This is what we have here. This is what we have here. Muppets. They missed the mark. Okay? This is what they're doing. This is what they're about. And don't want you and I to achieve success because they got lucky. See, some of these individuals, they knew what they were getting into. They understood the system of Hex and how relevant it is. They understand. There are people who understand this. And then you have those who don't, who parrot, who can't really present logical thinking, right? Who can't really, sort of like, it's like you could tell that all they do, they can't think deep. They only think on the first, what's on the surface is as deep as they'll ever be because they're shallow and empty inside because this is what they present, right? Those are the selfish people who don't want you and I to succeed, who will say things like, why are you worried about what other men are doing? Meanwhile, that's what they do. And in the land of social media, what we do is we share, men, women, children alike share what we're all doing. To do what? To critique, to accept, reject, to worry, to cheer, what everyone is doing. You see how folks miss the mark? Okay? You see? That's what's happening here. This was happening here. People crazy. Yo, these folks are ridiculous, man. Ridiculous, man. A delusion of grandeur is a false belief in one's superiority or identity, which contradicts reality. 100%. That's running rampant in this whole thing right here. That is absolutely what's going on here. Absolutely. Absolutely. They came in to try to change the pictures on the wall, rearrange furniture, trip. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. The core, right? Try to change everything. It's not happening, man. It's not happening, man. Mars Mindset, salute. They are guests as much as anyone else. 100%. 100%. They got this one guy believing he is the king of LP. Well, I don't even want to know who right. Hey, I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know. Y'all not him. Facts. Facts. They're not the king of LPing. Who? You know, I don't even say it. I don't even want to know. Because that's it goes along with the whole thing. Delusions of grandeur, self-absorbed, completely, these narcissistic traits, all these types of weird things they got going on, man. And they're not who created the opportunity for everyone to be blessed. They're not that person. They're not him. They're not RH. They're not. They're not. Like, Yeah, oh yeah, you talking this? Oh, you LP King? Oh yeah, you mean King? Oh yeah, you token you this and that King? Yeah, you sacrifice King. You do this coin King drop coins like it's nothing. Yeah, yeah. You couldn't do what Richard did to afford you and many other people to do the same thing. If they couldn't put themselves in Richard's shoes. They couldn't do it. They're struggling. They're struggling within their own iniquity, right? Within their own limitations. They can't see past their nose to understand, like, yo, what you've done, what you've created up to this point is great. Keep building off that. No, it's oh god, look at me more. I want more attention. Fuel me. Give me the fuel. I need it. I need it. Go get help. Huh? Go get clinical, psychological, psychiatric help. You need medicine. How about that? Huh? Straight like that. For real. People crazy, man. That's why I don't indulge. You already know. You already know. I don't indulge with these people. Waste my time, man. Nope. Not happening. Not happening. You know? Relevance on the quality of state of being, closely connected, appropriate. 100%. 100%. It's fire, disciple. It's fire. It's 100%. Daniel Moore, what's up? What's up? Cookie said, you're so right. Stop looking at interpreting what the few man does. Exactly. Exactly. But they'll interpret what you do though. They'll tell you, oh, why you concerned about what, but you're not concerned about this guy. The same thing could be applied, right? You're not concerned about 140 IQ, man. But you questioning other people who question what you got going on. This is the same Muppet who has a following and then talked about another project. Meanwhile, you hail you die hard. You die hard RH. And you then go, you talk about another coin like it's nothing. Misunderstanding the fact that people are gonna do what you're saying just because of who you are and the fact that you got folks following you. Doesn't want to appreciate that aspect, doesn't even want to accept that truth. This is dismisses that altogether. It's my money, I can do whatever I want. Oh yeah, you sure can. But you're being reckless and irresponsible on top of that. But doesn't want to admit to that. Doesn't want to accept. That's the cognitive dissonance and the mental defect that some of these people have. That's why I say it's like if they dropped out of school, the ninth grade, they not only physically dropped out, they mentally dropped out. They're stuck there. They're stuck as children. Like they're just there. They're not moving any further. Nothing. Nothing. No wherewithal, no conscious development, no advancement, no cultivation, nothing. They're just there. Stuck. And trying to give you alpha. Yeah, these people, they're trying to give you alpha. They're trying to tell you what's what. Mm-mm-mm. What's up, Ipacelto? Hey, yo, fire over here trying to make money at DCA. 100%. 100%. Going pretty well, man. Hope everything is good with you. 100%. Been listening in the background. Have to boost now. Enjoy it as always. That body mechanic salute to you, man. Don't fade them, man. Don't 100%. What's the point in fading RH? What is the point in fading RH? Yo, hope you enjoy your day, body mechanic. Glad you came through, man. See, DCA more into the farm. See, look. The man giving tree. The man giving. Listen, man. What is the point in DCA in fading RH? I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't. And then at this stage of the game, you still fading him? Like if I was still fading him at this stage of the game, I would have been a person who deserved No success in crypto. If I was still fading RH 4 years later like this, I'd be, it's like, all right, forget it, man. I give up. I'm not even trying to win in crypto. There's no point. There's no point. Absolutely not. It's nonsensical to me. 100%. Well, good people, it's about that time, in between time. Enjoy your day, your evening, the night, morning, wherever you are. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. And always be well and remain vigilant. Peace.